everyone, I'm back again. It's your favorite person, Mimure Yokoboro Umimura. Faith over fear. Hope. So I want to.
Hi, everybody. I'm back again to continue telling you the testimony of what God has done for me through this cancer journey. You know, in my previous video, I told you how I was diagnosed of colon cancer. Now I'm going to tell you how we navigate with the help of God, with my husband and my family together, and my children. I will not forget them because they are brave. So when we were diagnosed and we confirmed it with the help of biopsy and histology, then we started running helter-skelter. We traveled by train to Zaria to meet a surgeon so that to hear his own advice on how to navigate it. So the doctor said we have to go back to Sokoto, where we were living at then, to do radiation. After radiation, he has to order for staples. Staples is a instrument used in surgery because he wants to undergo resection and anastomosis. So we went there with my husband and his friend, one of his friend. We thank God for his life. We went, we got all the information that we needed, but we were racing against time because we don't know how the cancer has prolonged. Because remember, I told you I was bleeding like for 6 to 7 months. So we came back to Abuja and started looking. Some of our relation back home advised us to go to India. So we started looking for money here and there. Our parents assisted us with some money because we are planning to travel out. So we started looking for visa with the Indian embassy. We hustled, we were just running helter-skelter because we were afraid of what has happened, and we were overwhelmed with the news and everything. So by the grace of God, we got visa to India. Then we flew to India. We took our children to our parents to stay then in Gombe. So we flew with my husband to India. When we reached India, we met with the doctor. First, she said, we are going to start with radiation. So they started giving me a radiation down my pelvic to the side of the tumor. For 5 days, I was receiving dose of radiation with a linear acceleration machine. After 5 days of radiation, first of all, we have to undergo some investigation, not the result we came with from Nigeria, but the Indian hospital. We went to Intrapasta Apollo Hospital in New Delhi. So we have to undergo different kind of tests, PET scan, blood work, CEA, everything to check my system. So after that, the plan was to go for radiation. The doctor sent us to the radiation department. Then we had 5 days of courses of radiation. After that, we came back to the doctor. Then I rested for a week. After I rested for a week, then they put a date for my surgery. So the doctor entered, she explained everything. They with her team of doctors, so they fixed a date, and I had resection and anastomosis. Thus, they cut parts of my intestine, they removed the tumor, and they resect it. And they gave me an ileostomy. Ileostomy is the bypass from the ileum to continue to live for some time, it's a specific amount of time, so that the surgery, the resection and anastomosis can heal. So they gave me ileostomy. Then I began to recuperate. Yes, then we stayed there for 1, 2, 3 weeks. In fact, the whole stay in India, we stayed for 1 month. We had our a Christmas there, and we had our New Year there, because we went around November, went through December, and we returned home January. But before we returned home, when I was fit to fly, the doctor said we have to go through chemo. We have to go through 4 cycles of chemo. But because my husband's job, we have already exhausted the time given, and I was a bit stronger. So we just decided, let's come back home to Nigeria and begin my chemo, since we are out of the woods by the grace of God. So the doctor gave us a letter. I was fit to fly. So we came back to Nigeria. Then we were staying in Sokoto. We flew back to Sokoto, and then we met the oncologist there. in Teaching Hospital Sokoto, Udut. It's called Udut. Then they told us our regiment for chemo. So I had 4 cycles of chemo. Then I began the first cycle. We went through the first cycle. Then after 3 weeks, I'll rest. Then I'll come back the second cycle. Then in between the second cycle and the third cycle, we called the doctor back in India. Then she told us between 9 to 10 weeks, we can reverse the ileostomy that I was given back in India. So we talked to the surgeon there in Sokoto. Then our doctor decided to reverse it after second cycle. So when we entered the surgery, they reversed the ileostomy. After 1-2 weeks, it was a challenge. That was a challenge because I stayed three days without defecating, without having anything coming out through my anus, because there was a reversal. So, but we prayed, my mom was there, my husband, all of us were worried. But to the glory of God, we got like a meconium coming out of the anus. So we went for the next third cycle after I rested from the surgery. We went for third cycle. So in 2-3 weeks, I developed RVF. RVF means rectovagina fistula. Instead of feces to go out through the anus, the feces was coming out through my vagina. So it was really, really terrible. It was another overwhelming and terrible situation that we faced as a family. So we went to see the gynecologist so that they would check the fistula, but they said the fistula is just small. Let's be managing it. Let's do a conservative management. Then I kept putting on pads to take care of myself and all that. Still, the fistula was getting wider and wider and wider. In the process, I was still undergoing my chemo. Then I finished my chemo, the 4th cycle. Then we started looking for how we are going to navigate this new developed situation of RVF.